Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sin City Living. I'm Jason.
Amy.
I'm Louie.
And we are bringing you today's episode of Crossfire. This one might be a two-parter. We may do a second one with a exclusive for our patrons. If some of these stories end up being a little too much, we'll if we have to hold back any stories, we'll put them on a private video for our patrons to add to our exclusive content we're putting out every week for them. Curious about that, just check the descriptions of the videos down below.
Check it out.
And otherwise, we'll get right into today's video. And this one's coming off of some questions that we've gotten from some of our viewers of what are some of the things people have done to get kicked out. And I'll say before we get into any of the juicier stories, more often than not, when a player gets kicked out, it's generally a bad attitude and pretty much just not listening. I mean, the thing is, you get these Karens that come in that think they're in charge, and you know, if a supervisor, a floor person, a pit person tells you even something as simple as watch your language, or something as simple as I need you to move over a seat, or something like that, and you throw a fit and refuse, you're probably going to end up getting booted. You know, they're in charge. Yeah, they're in charge. They got reasons for what they're telling you.
Right.
So more often than not, I'd say 95% of the time I see somebody get kicked out, it's not for a behavioral thing, it's for a refusal to correct a behavioral thing. You know, we'll tell someone, hey, you need to watch your language, or hey, you can't do that, or hey, you can't do that. And they start arguing. You know, oh, no, I don't need to do that, I don't need to do that. Okay, whatever. Next time you do it, you're out. Bye.
Right.
See ya. So more often than not, it's for simple non-compliance, basically. I mean, I don't know where people get the idea when they come into a casino that they're the ones in charge.
Right.
They're not.
Yeah, it's like you can't come into my house thinking, you know, because that's what it is. You know, it's you're going into, we call casinos the house, right? You're going into somebody else's house and trying to run the ship. Like that's not gonna, you know, okay, I'm not gonna say the F word on this one, but. Yeah, you can't go to somebody else's house and start trying to take charge. Like, who the heck do you think you are?
Yeah, I mean, you know, people seem to think that because they've watched some movies or something that they know the rules and the laws and all of this stuff. Yeah, and it's stupid. Like I've had people, you know, tell me, hey, you need to hit the back wall.
Number behind my back.
Dude that was just arguing and telling every player, oh, it doesn't need to hit the back wall. Only one needs to hit the back wall. They don't need to hit the back wall. And it's like, dude,
says who?
one, shut up. And two, you're absolutely right. You're a little nobody that works in a fucking gas station that, you know, 2 states over. And you know better than all these people that are paid $100,000 a year and go to these courses and go to these classes and certifications on how to run the casino. Yeah,
you're right.
You know so much better. And that's another thing. That's another way that I've seen someone, that I've actually kicked someone off the table. We kicked one person off the table, and another player on the other side of the table that didn't know this person, was totally unconnected to him, started complaining and throwing a fit about it and arguing with the dealer. And I told him, hey, that's enough. It's over. Play your game. Yeah. And what is his wording? And this I get actually a lot. This leads to people getting kicked off the tables all the time. It was something along the lines of, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to him. You know what, you're on my table. I don't care who you're talking to. Bye.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said, I'm not talking to him, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to him, I went, you're not talking to anybody anymore, it's time to go.
Dang it.
Yeah.
And he actually, and he left because, you know, 15 feet behind my right shoulder is security. We always have one posted up there. So it doesn't take long for me to wave him down and have the person removed from the casino entirely.
Right.
So he actually left, which was great, you know, in a timely manner. But yeah, and normally I don't push someone out that hard, but the table had started to go south pretty quick. We had a couple other people that with some pretty bad attitudes as well. So
and
that
once
pretty
somebody
much
goes rogue, if they see that they're getting any ground at all, they'll start to follow suit. And
yeah.
You gotta nip that crap in the bud before it happens.
That did kill the table. The ones that were throwing
I agree.
fits, but calmed down after we made it a point to show that we're not going to put up with fits. They left the table, which is fine. I don't care because the table's going to fill back up soon enough anyway. And they went to other tables and they complained a little bit, but they had much better behavior.
Where's that working funny?
Yeah, I'm kidding. So yeah, in general, most people when they get kicked off, it's for non-compliance. But there are some crazier instances.
Just to add to that real quick, why is it that when another player gets into a beef with the floor person and the floor, shuts that person down, 86s them, stops them from playing, whatever it may be, why is it that the complete random other stranger who has nothing to do with it
Not a single dog in the fight.
feels like obligated to get involved? Like, oh, no, they're just trying to do this. They can't do that. This is your rule. Shut up. Shut up. What are you talking about? Yeah, who are you?
Speaking of which, actually, along that vein, this is one that will pop up every single time, at least in craps, and Louis will verify this. I can't speak for table games, but when you have somebody that takes a shot, it may not even necessarily be a shot, but more often than not, when somebody takes a shot, like, something rolls, they're like, oh, hey, I bet that. And the dealer's like, no, you didn't. And the floor's like, no, you didn't.
He did.
Always be a player.
Yeah, I know, he had that, yeah.
Oh, no, he bet that. Always. There will always be a player. He bet that. He did say he bet that. He bet that. I remember him betting that. But if we run those cameras back, no, he did not. But there will always be a player.
No, yeah, he had that, yeah.
Always.
Hey, I don't know you. You don't work for me. I'm not going to take your word for it. Like, I don't know you. Like,
It's like, who the fuck are you?
okay, if he had that, then why don't you pay him?
Right. Give him
Pay him.
Give him your $36.
Right, pay him. He had that? Okay, you saw that? He had that? Pay him.
I've actually heard a story.
I agree.
I want to say it was Baccarat, but where a player had a dispute and it got escalated, I believe, up past the floor that was running.
Yeah, I know.
And the person that got escalated to told them, hey, we'll run the cameras back if you want, but this is your one and only shot. If you did not have this, if you think you might have been wrong or something, you need to say it now, because if we run the cameras back, if you really push for this, we run the cameras back, and it turns out you were not telling the truth, you're done. And I think you told me that story. I'm sure I'm not explaining it quite the exact way, but and I believe that person was done once they ran the cameras back. But as far as some of the juicier stories go of how people have gotten kicked out, I know Louis got an amusing one.
Oh,
That he heard. That he heard. He didn't personally witness this one, but he heard it.
so I've dealt for like a lot of those old school guys from the the horseshoe days and the old Barbary Coast days. I've dealt with a lot of those people, and a lot of those people were actually my mentors and my supervisors. A lot of old school people. So the way I came up in the business was old school, and I heard all these old school stories, and they're really fun. There's this one in specific that comes to mind when we're talking about getting 86 from a casino, and this is when I say old school, this is an old school story.
It's like mob days.
Yes, this is like mob days, old school. So this is back on the strip, back in the days, and female dealer. She's on a right when it was She's I don't know what game she was dealing, but this woman dealer, she's dealing this game. Homeless man comes in and pees on her leg. Okay.
Just look like a fire hydrant.
Just comes in and pees on her leg, and
Some days you're the dog, some days you're the hydrant.
it's just.
But it gets better. But wait,
there's more. So he pees on her leg. She's like, "Oh my God," right? You like this freaking homeless guy peeing on me.
Smell.
Like, no, but just could you imagine the feeling of like that warm to cold on your leg? Oh gosh.
And it's a homeless person.
Yeah, it's like
It would be any better if it was,
getting peed on when you don't want it is just. It does not matter. It's just horrible. It's just horrible either way.
Sure, if it was Jason Momoa, Louis would be fine with it. But
I prefer The Rock. Okay. But I like that bald head.
we're still talking. Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, you're horrible. You're terrible. So, security guard. So this is old school, right? So the security takes him out back, and they beat him up, right? Because this is back in those days. Right.
You didn't get arrested. You just got handed a beating and turned loose.
Right. They took him out back, beat him down, let him go. So they told her, go home, shower up, clean off, change uniforms, come back in. So right. She's probably needed one for sure. Right. Hep C and all that good stuff. Ugh. So she comes back in, right? Same day. She's got her new uniform on. She showered up, cleaned off. She's back to dealing. Sure as shit. The same guy comes back in the same day, pees on her again.
What did she do to him? Did she not give him?
I don't know. I don't know. But he pees on her again. Oh, it's so horrible.
2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, she got that BOGO pee.
I didn't even buy one.
Oh, she got that. Oh.
2 for 1 Tuesday.
She got that 2 for. So they took him out and beat him up again, and this time they allowed her to go home and stay home. Ugh.
Probably out of uniforms.
Yeah, but I mean,
Will to live too.
I mean, did she forget? Did she refuse to give him change at the gas station on the way into work, or
Right.
what?
I don't know.
It sounds like she was targeted.
If I wanted to get pissed on, I would have just. If I didn't want to get pissed on, I would have just moved. Oh, this is horrible. I got one for my break-in casino. One reason why they 86 the guy. It's not quite as funny, but it's the whole situation turned out to be kind of like a big fiasco. So you're not allowed to go to the gift, or not the gift shop. My apologies. These guys came into the casino with a pack of the beer, like that 12, not the 12 pack, but the 36 pack of Modelo's or whatever.
Yeah, you're not allowed to bring an outside beer.
So they come in and they right, and they sit at the table games and start just trying to chug them out the table games. And we had this supervisor. He was one of my favorites. He ended up leaving like 6 months after this. But anyways, he was one of the best, and he would sometimes be a pencil. And that day he was in charge of the pit. So he comes down. He's like shutting it down and all this stuff. And these guys, they're not having it. Well, he's not having it either, right?
He's in charge.
And he's in charge. Well, it's a big ordeal. The shift boss comes down. It's just he tells them they're 86. Whatever, you guys gotta go, blah blah blah, and they're not leaving. So now these dudes want to fight. It's like they want to do like a 2-on-2. These 2 guys versus the pit boss, or the pencil, and the shift boss, and it's.
Not realize they got homies.
Oh, it's so insane, and then security finally comes down in 86 these guys. But I mean that's when like Jason said, it's not the behavior, it's the refusal to change your behavior. I'm sure if they would have just said, okay, hey, we're sorry, we'll go, go put this beer somewhere, go take it up to their hotel room or whatever, just leave, I don't know, something, or get rid of it, whatever.
Just stuff it in a backpack. We've had people with outside alcohol who are like, hey, you can't drink that. Oh, okay, they stuff it in their bag and they order beer.
Right.
Which is free.
Right, it's free, exactly. Especially, you're playing at the table games, right? But it's insane. Some of these people.
There's one player that I know of that every time he comes in, once he's had a few drinks, he takes a shot. Every single time. And he always argues.
Oh, takes a shot, not takes a shot.
And he always argues, and he always tries to escalate it, and he's wrong every single time.
Naturally.
And,
thank you for the coffees, by the way.
And thanks for the coffee. This was Starbucks?
No. Royal.
Coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is delicious.
Yes, I love it. They have really good coffee. Dutch Bros is pretty good.
So every single time he takes a shot, every single time he tries to escalate it,
Horrible.
He'll argue until he's kicked off the table. We haven't kicked him out of the casino, but we've kicked him off the table. And then he'll go to the shift or the casino manager and continue to argue. And eventually they have to call surveillance. Get surveillance. At this point, security is also already involved because when someone's sitting there arguing that much, security comes and pretty much surrounds them. And
You don't know how far it's gonna go.
and then
Right.
eventually after 2 or 3 times of this, spaced out, like if this was every day, that'd be one thing, but we'd see him like every 4 or 5 months.
Right.
So it's kind of like once there's an issue, it's like, oh yeah, I remember this guy. So finally there was, we finally just put a note on him of the very next time there's even the most minor issue.
Was it he who shall not be named?
86, no, he's 86.
Voldemort?
Right?
We had one where if you speak his name, he appears.
And the funny thing is that he came in numerous times after that, and he never made it up to the point of trying to take a shot or a jackpot, because even the tiniest little step out of line, and he was kicked off the table. He gets so mad, but even the tiniest thing, like where we will give someone, a couple of warnings to, hey, watch your language kind of thing, he'd get one warning, hey, watch your language, and then like 2 minutes later, all right, you're done, bye. Like he had zero room. Short throws, hey, gotta hit the back wall, all right, you know what, you're done. Just because he had removed all of his own rope. He had the tiniest. So he has not yet that I know of been 86th, because he hasn't been able to play long enough since then. Since
Right.
we made that note. Because he'd come in, he's quiet,
There's only so
but he
many
just
times.
drinks and drinks and drinks, and then after a few hours, that's when he ends up taking the shot.
Right.
But now he doesn't make it that few hours. I haven't seen him make it longer than about 40 minutes.
Jeez.
Wow.
Because we just kick him off the table so fast now. The tiniest little thing, he's kicked off the table. If he were to argue, he'd be out, but he just leaves.
I've heard.
Amusing one. Zombified.
Yeah, we had a patient 0
Ugh.
in Pio. Had to have been 5-6 years ago. She's sitting on a game. There's a few empty seats. She's sitting in the second spot, hand number 5, but second spot on the table. And she's playing. Guy sits down on the first spot, and they're playing for a little while, and he gets a big hand. I believe he got 5 aces.
Dang.
She had it in her head that he stole her cards.
What?
It doesn't work that way.
Right. It doesn't work that way.
Oh my
I don't even
goodness.
deal pie out, I know that.
She starts freaking out. They've been playing together for like 45 minutes, just calmly, happily, cracking
Yeah.
jokes, having a good time. And she bites a chunk out of his arm.
Oh.
Full out chunk. Like she's got flesh in her mouth from his arm.
Was he not like socking this lady?
Yeah, no
It
kidding.
was, yes.
Oh.
She would not let go. And she ended up getting pulled off and pulled a chunk out of his arm.
Oh my goodness. He should have started dropping dropping the bows on her.
Well, he was punching
Good
her,
Lord.
punching her, and she wasn't letting go.
She got that iron chid, literally. She's got freaking. Good Lord. She's got that grip. She got that pit bull grip. Oh, that is horrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
poor
she,
guy.
Of course, got 86 forever, but we had never even had the slightest little bit of problem with this lady, ever. She was one of our regulars. She came in, if not every day, at least a few times a week. We'd never even had her give anybody attitude. And all of a sudden, she's just like,
She was waiting for this day. She was just waiting for it.
it up or something.
I guess he just looked tasty. Like
Just
she's-
a-
Oh my
she's waiting for
gosh.
the right meal.
chunk out of his arm.
That's horrible.
Meat and, yeah.
Oh.
In her younger days, she was like trapped on a mountaintop after a plane crash or something.
And all she had to play was pie gout?
Yeah. Maybe that
Oh
was her
my
younger
goodness.
days.
Like, so what happened to the guy?
He
We
bled.
went to the hospital.
Naturally.
We went to the hospital,
few
got her
shots.
information, and ended up having to get a whole bunch of antibiotics and stuff.
Yeah, 'cause that's so
Human mouth
dirty.
is
Yeah.
Gross. But from last I heard, because we saw him one more time after that, and
Was there like
had
a
to do
big,
skin
yeah.
grafts.
Oh my
So
goodness.
bad. But he was trying to sue her because he's lost a lot of the functionality of his arm.
Yeah, you got all that muscle and
All that-
tendons and
yeah.
all that good stuff in there. Good Lord. That is horrible.
And she was like a 70-year-old lady.
Hopefully.
With a chin of steel. Holy cow.
Well, these old ladies, I mean, you ever seen videos of like purse snatchers trying to snatch an old lady's purse? They got the kung fu grip all of a sudden.
Yeah, but they have like 0 hips. So what he should have done is like
Kick her in the hip.
like tripped her and like had her fall on her hip or something. Just instant grip, kung fu grip on the arm gone.
Yeah,
you know?
just this little wiry, tiny.
Oh.
Skin and bones. Just a
Jeez.
skinny, scrawny little old lady, but man.
That is horrible. That's terrifying too. I could imagine like everybody else at the table and the dealer just like get her out of here.
Hollering, man.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, looks like the time is getting low on this one. We will wrap this one up. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is Sin City Living. We will catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now. Thank you, everybody, for watching today's video. And as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So, again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that. But the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on T-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area also, please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions, please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me, and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.